like common sense at that time. They cannot control themselves.
Very good evening and welcome back, Sneha.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing very well. And what about you?
I'm also pretty good, thank you. So, Sneha, you look very different. Like, I feel that your hair has grown long, right? It has grown longer, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
maybe.
and today you are not wearing your hairband. Normally you wear a hairband, right?
Yeah.
But this look is also good. It's good looking. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hmm. So, did you go to school today?
Yes, I went to school.
How was your day?
My day was very good. Today it is a very rainy day and it is
Oh.
still raining now. And when I went to school, I wore a raincoat when I was returning from school, I wore raincoat. So yeah, that was fun. I
Oh,
like that.
okay. I didn't know it was raining at your place. In my place, it's not raining, it's still cloudy. So maybe it will rain tonight. Yeah. So, which is your favorite season, Sneha?
Mm, my favorite season is winter because in winter it feels very good while sleeping under a blanket,
Okay.
under a thick blanket.
Hmm.
Um, it feels hot and yeah, and I like winter and I like going to school in winter. We wear sweaters and there are, what is it called? There is vapor maybe coming from our mouth. Yeah, so I like that.
Okay, you enjoy the vapors also. Okay. Hmm.
Yes.
And you can use only, you can drink or eat only hot items, right? You can't have ice creams, but you'll have to wait for summer to have ice cream, right?
Yeah.
Usually in North India, I've seen people having groundnuts during the winter season. Do you like groundnuts?
Yes, I like groundnuts.
Okay. So, Sneha, did you get time to go through your session notes for today?
Yes.
Okay, so the topic is about a pilot, and there's a question which says, save one or many lives as a pilot, right? So,
Yeah.
this is a hypothetical situation, which means imaginary. So you can say anything that comes to your mind. Okay. There's no right or wrong answer, and I'm not going to judge you on your answers. Is that it can be anything. So are you comfortable with this topic or do you want to change?
Yes, this topic is good.
Okay. So imagine if you're a pilot and see, you are taking care of that as a pilot, you are taking care of that. You're also a doctor pilot, we can say. Okay. So there's a passenger in your plane who has some medical issue. Okay. So it's a life and death situation. And a doctor has to attend to that patient. And it's a small plane. Okay. And you're the only pilot in that. There's no pilot, co pilot, we say. There's no co pilot. So what would you do if that passenger need help? Would you leave the cockpit? Cockpit is where the pilot sit. Would you leave that place and would you go out to attend to that patient passenger? Or would you keep flying the plane and protect all the other passengers who are seated there? What would you do in this situation? It's a dicey situation.
I I would sit I would sit on my place and fly the plane because saving many people's life is more important than saving one's. Because if everyone is on the aeroplane, and the patient is on the aeroplane, then if I go to him, then everyone in the plane has to die.
Yeah,
So,
correct.
but if I leave that person and
Hmm.
fly the aeroplane,
Hmm.
then many people's life would be saved.
Correct, yes. That's right, because saving one life, if you try to go and save one life, it is very risky for the others. Yeah, what you said is absolutely correct. Yeah. What we can do is just pray and hope that that person is able to manage somehow until we reach the airport, land, and then we take into hospital, is it? Or maybe you could send a message to check like if there's any other doctor on the plane, but the scenario here clearly says that there's no other doctor, right? But maybe some kind of medical help could be given if there's like a first aid box or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So Sneha, this is a very short topic. So do you like to travel in the plane?
I haven't done it yet. I haven't traveled in a plane.
Okay, very soon you will. I I would say that I invite you to Rajasthan. Maybe you can come to Rajasthan in a flight, or maybe you can have some plan abroad when you grow up also. So don't worry, that will happen. Nowadays it's very easy. Like it's not very costly, like how it used to be in the past. So anybody can fly. That's a normal thing now.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think we can talk about some other topic. Yeah, we have 10 minutes, right? Yeah. So Sneha, how many tests are over at your school? One, two.
Tests.
Hmm.
Um, my subject tests.
Yeah, the monthly assessments that you have.
We don't have tests fixed. We don't have fixed dates for our tests. We just our teacher sometimes takes surprise tests, and
Okay.
um, they sometimes they tell us that you have to um, you have
Revise.
to
You have
yeah,
to
you
revise.
have to revise this chapter, and I
Hmm.
would take test of it
Okay.
tomorrow.
Hmm.
So sometimes they say like this, and sometimes it's a surprise. So we had three, no, two, no, three tests in science, and
Hmm.
one test in SST, and one test in Hindi.
Okay. Do you like surprise test or do you like only planned test where your teacher will tell you in advance that you have to prepare for the test? Which one do you like?
I like surprise test.
Even I used to love that. Yeah. And but I've seen some students they cry when there's a surprise test. They're saying like I'm not prepared and I don't know what I wrote and my marks will be less. My mom is going to scold me. So, some children also cry when a teacher takes surprise test. I've seen that also.
Yeah, I've seen that too in my class. Some
Mm.
children do it. Some
Okay.
children do it.
Very good. Yeah, corrected yourself. I was about to note it, but you realized it. That's good. So that means that you have that knowledge, you're very conscious, and you're trying to focus on whatever feedback is given to you. So that's brilliant, Sneha. So absolutely, there's nil error for today. I'm very happy to say that because every time maybe just one or two feedback I would give you, right? But today it was absolutely fine. My page is blank, nil errors. Sentences were good, pace is really good, and very nicely, quickly you thought about the scenario that I narrated, and then you came up with a very nice, I mean, say efficient answer. So that's brilliant. Okay.
Thank
Now
you.
hmm. So let's see what's in the session notes. I mean the vocabulary. Okay. There's a word hysterical in your session notes. Do you know what is hysterical?
Yeah, I know. Hysterical means to become out of to be out of control due to anger, excitement or um, yeah, anger or excitement to be out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it means extreme behavior. But in if you remember in one of the session in the past, hysterical also meant very funny. So normally we say it's a funny movie, right? We can also say it's a hysterical movie. That means it was extremely funny. So same like that in this notes it says extreme fear or anger or excitement, anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Then talking about fatal. Fatal.
Fatal means something that is deadly.
Deadly, brilliant. Yeah, like a fatal accident, right? Some, or not all accidents are fatal. Some people just wake up after an accident, but after a fatal accident, they don't wake up, isn't it?
Yeah.
And panic. What about panic?
Panic means to to be uncomfortable
Hmm.
and and they don't have sense like
Hmm.
common sense at that time. They cannot control themselves. It's called panic.
Yeah, in short, we can say worrying. They worry to the extreme. Okay, don't panic. They say, right? Don't panic. There's a snake in the garden. Don't panic. Okay.
Yeah.
Then simultaneously. Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Simultaneously is a very common word. It means doing more than one thing at the same time. So nowadays people say multitasking, right? So that is the same thing. Like for example, if you're talking to your friend over the phone, at the same time you're trying to watch the TV. So it's simultaneously. Talking on the phone, simultaneously I'm watching the TV, right?
Yeah.
Doing two things at a time. Then remorse. Remorse. Do you want me to type that word for you in the chat box?
Mm,
Remorse.
I
Remorse.
don't know the meaning.
Remorse means, see, some people would be in remorse feeling after they do something wrong. That means they feel extremely guilty. Like, for example, maybe two siblings would be fighting, brother and sister, or sisters or brothers. Okay, they fight. But at that moment, they fight. But later on, they'll feel guilty. Oh my God, why did I fight? I shouldn't have done that. They would think, right? So then they go through that remorse feeling. They feel guilty. That is remorse.
Okay.
What about sympathy?
Sympathy means um to to be kind, to show kindness to someone.
Hmm. And you feel sorry for the situation. That is sympathy. Yeah. Being kind because of their sorry situation. Yes. Exasperated.
I don't know.
This also can be used in your daily conversation. It means extremely annoyed because you can't solve the problem. Like, for example, during a maths exam, if you have got a problem to solve and you're unable to solve it and the time is running, your teacher will snatch the papers. So that time you feel exasperated. You feel extremely annoyed that you're not able to find a solution for that